Hi, my name is Justin Apupalo. I am a second year at NYIT and I'm majoring in computer science. And I have taken this course to learn about philosophy, and it really has indulged my brain on like so much stuff that happens like in the world, and it's crazy. And I had the honors of learning about why humans beings curse and swear. And throughout this whole exploration of like studying and finding several sources and all that, it really made me question like how crazy are the human languages and how certain words have different meanings in different places and different religions and different societies. It really made my head spin when I first learned about how you can say one word and it just comes across differently in like different environments, who you talk to, where you're at, and who you are as a person, basically. Um, so we will be indulging on my discoveries of why humans curse, and we will start with the origin. So there are many theories about why humans curse, and I will be discussing some of these theories along with you. One of the main theories that come across when why people even use curse words is emotional theory. This theory coalesces with how people perceive their pain and how they express their pain. For example, if you were to just hit your elbow on like a hard surface, the first the first word that would come out of your mouth would be the F word. Well, that situation is for me. And there are many people also who would do that. And this theory is seen that the use of vulgar words, curse words, since they're so well known in our language to be out there, are used as the way to cope with our feelings since they're so intense. There are also studies which there are also studies that put people in a cold pressor test, which shows basically their pain tolerance while they're saying a normal word and a curse word. And the first study with normal word just shows regular results. Everyone having less pain perception compared to the group that used curse words that kept on shouting curse words as they were going through this pain. And this 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 research was also provided by Timothy J, which is a huge researcher on why people curse. And this has been a huge source of my research on the basically the reasons behind why humans curse. Um, the results of this experiment basically shows that curse words can be used as a way to lessen our pain and really cope with the big emotions that are going through our brain and our bodies. And it's a really good way to relieve, and which is why so many people are prone to using it as a way to cope these intense emotions. So there's also the taboo theory, and the taboo theory basically is since these curse words sometimes represents inappropriate and sexual things, they these words are giving meaning as a short way to even express these. And since the connection of these short curse words are seen as inappropriate, they are seen as taboo in our society. Timothy J also believes in the taboo theory since it's one of his theories, and he argues that the power of curse words lies in their ability to break social rules, since these words have been seen as inappropriate and as a taboo. Then there are basically words that you can't say in society, and if anyone breaks them, then that is where the attention gets drawn to the person that are using the curse words and are seen as taboo words. This taboo word also is also connected to another theory, which is the power and dominance theory, and which is basically if since there is so much social norms being attached to these vulgar words and inappropriate words, if someone were to break them in any social environment, then people would see them as rebellious or in some way different than everyone else. By using offensive language, people can basically shock or provoke reactions from other people, since which can be used as a way to assert dominance in a society that wants to restrict these curse words from ever being heard, especially with parents, since parents don't want their kids to be in this world where where kids can use these adult words, vulgar words, in their classroom environments, which basically gives off this bad social status on what the adults are teaching the children, and it all comes full circle on like social norms and what can be accepted. And if a kid knows these words and are using it like nonchalantly, then it all gonna go back to its parents, and then everything's gonna go out of hand, and then that's where the social theory of just words of like these certain words, inappropriate words having these meanings and being restricted comes into play. And another thing about this study is that he found out that also as humans get older, the reason why we have been struck down by these social norms is because of people's offensiveness, since our sense of offensiveness tends to increase as we mature. And based on the study, what was seen as offensive to children is different than what is seen as offensive to an adult. And adults find a lot more stuff offensive. Through this study, Timothy J discovered that as humans get older, they begin to have a deeper understanding of how society works and how social norms come across and what words you should use in a social environment in order to not be perceived as rude or any negative contributions. The social theory also connects to our one of the philosopher Aristotle's rhetoric passage, and this document is basically on the way of persuasion and communication, which is really crazy because it really does connect the importance of understanding the appropriate use of language in different situations. Throughout his book, he warns us against using abusive language, which is any negative connotations basically, and believes that this is a way of expressing oneself that this way of expressing oneself is not effective in an argument. When you begin to imagine this scenario in today's society, there are many videos with people arguing, but instead of making foolproof arguments, they tend to immediately draw to a vulgar word to express their frustration, which leads to a back and forth of constant cursing, which ends with punches being thrown. So, through Aristotle's document, The Rhetoric, he talked about how the use of words can really impact communication and arguments, and how vulgar words, basically, how we use in our society, really doesn't really promote how the use of vulgar words really promotes how emotions come into play when we are making an argument. So basically, the history and the use of curse words is really complex, and but is ingrained in our human language, and we in today's society we have been using it constantly, especially since with the use of social media we have been just we have different terms now that we can use online to really express ourselves. So thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day and rest of your year.